All right, what's up, everybody? I'm actually on my way to the art museum. Oh, and guess what? I'm taking public transportation, and guess what? I'm taking a walk to the public transportation station. Oh my god, like, what the fuck? Am I going crazy? Yeah, she's crazy. Yeah, but if you already watched my video, or if you even know me personally, you already know, like, I rock with Jesus Christ heavily or whatever. Like, you know how some best friends or some friends, like, you might not see them on pictures together, you might not see them out together all the time, but you ain't gotta question their loyalty, you ain't gotta question their friendship. That's how I feel when it comes to me and Jesus' relationship. I ain't gonna go too much into detail because that's between us. What's between us is between us. But I will say this though, strengthening and deepening our bond was one of the things that led me into a greater awakening into knowing who I truly am and what I'm truly made of. You feel me? So yeah, that bond alone is what gave me the push, the strength, the courage, the curiosity to even want to know more about myself and this life experience, this human experience. So last night, y'all, when I say Christ had me so fucking weak, okay, out of nowhere, unexpectedly, I was just chilling. Honestly, I really wanted to go out and have fun, okay? Like, I'm definitely changing, I'm definitely evolving, and I had to really sit back and ask myself, what is truly my idea of fun? Because when I thought like, damn, okay, maybe I should go get up and go to the club, or maybe I should go get up and try to go have a drink at a bar, like, but I'm thinking like, that's not fun to me though. Like, what is fun to me? And which is why I'm going to the art museum this morning, because that type of shit is fun to me, and doing things I ain't never did before is fun to me as well. But the certain things that used to be just like a quick fix for my need for fun, I'm just not really interested in no more. I'd rather stay home. Last night, Christ talking to me, and he popped in so giggly and so just, for lack of a better term, flamboyant with the curse words or whatever. Like, it was like I was kind of like getting into a depressing mood, because I'm like, man, like, I'm weird as fuck, bro. Like, I ain't even interested in the club no more. I'm an old ass lady. But yeah, it got to a point where I'm really on some like sad, because I feel like, damn, like, what's wrong with me? So it was like he just got to cheer me up, right? He just got to cheer me. I'm talking about cracking hella jokes or whatever. I can't even remember the jokes, because it wasn't really like knock jokes or no really like thought out jokes or no shit like that. But it was just like, you know how a friend to console you in a moment of discouragement, or, you know, just feeling some type of way. So he basically like, I want you to tell them about this side of me. I want you to tell them about this side of me. And everything was happening so fast, and we basically was in mid conversation. So I ain't even try to record it, because we were literally in mid conversation. So it was like all I could do is take notes. You feel me? So that's what I did. And when I say, y'all, I was so fucking weak at this man. So I had took notes or whatever for the tea. No shade, no tea though, on God. Like, this ain't even no tea. This just him. This is Jesus trying to basically show y'all another side of him that society don't never want a child to see, because motherfuckers want to control. So they want you to feel like you gotta go through them, or you gotta go through him. But I mean, you're gonna go through him just off the strength of things being that way, made that way. But that ain't like the only way.
When I say I'm gonna have to edit the fuck out of this video, because but the message in this, all this is I'm going to get this message out regardless, you feel me? Because that's my dog, and even though like I fall short sometimes on my promises, he don't, so I'm trying to learn from him and just keep it pushing, persevere, you feel me? Even though I make a mistake, or even though I might show up late to to work. You feel me? As I make amends and I do the best that I can do. You feel me? And tomorrow will be a better day, just like today was better than yesterday.
If y'all understand that this man was human and had a human life, and it wasn't even that fucking serious, like people wasn't as like micromanaging, judgmental as they are now. My guy was just a man, and the way he described himself is so fucking funny to me, and it's so real, because the shit that I've been being led to in these past couple weeks, epiphanies and revelations that I've just been coming through on my own, like, it all fucking makes sense, y'all. So yeah, like I said, I took notes because we was in mid-full conversation, getting weak as fuck like friends do. Fuck is you talking about? Laughing, getting weak, giggling, all that good shit. You feel me? I'ma miss my train real quick just so I can make it plain to y'all, okay? First of all, he want me to ask y'all this. Who gave y'all the notion that he was super serious all the time? Like, or he was like a strict parent out here, or he was like this motherfucker out here micromanaging everybody? That man was minding his business, being himself, okay? So, of course, a person who's walking in the light, of course, a motherfucker who walking in the light gon', you know what I'm saying, shake up a motherfucker who's in a dark place. Whether they out here just in depression, whether they was just out here doing people wrong, whatever darkness they was in, of course you're gonna get, like, when you around somebody that's light as fuck. Imagine, just like when Biggie talked about Michael Jackson, he broke out crying. He was just in a really dark place, and Michael Jackson was just so full of light. He felt that. Come on now, let's bring it back though. So a lot of people who, might, honor the light, you know what I'm saying? And even ask, for connection to that light, ask for some of that light. And that's why he was out here giving off that healing. That's why he was out here, and it wasn't that he was like looking at people as they needed a healing. He saw them already well. He saw everybody already good. He saw the goodness in everything and everybody already. So he was just projecting. His perception was so strong and so definite. He was projecting that shit. Off onto the next motherfucker, and they was taking it in. Healing. What? Let's get into it. But okay, so but of course you got the motherfuckers who that intimidation, they don't understand. They mix that emotion of the darkness encountering the light, because you know how you come from a dark place and you run into some shit and a motherfucker tell you some shit, or you see some shit and it just be like, damn, like I was just about to die and then I saw this. But some people, if you try to tell them and lead them the right way, or if they see somebody trying to be good or trying to do good, it pisses them off even more. It drags them even more down into the darkness because they don't understand. Okay, so on the soul level, they don't understand yet, and that's a lesson that they have to learn. You feel me? So it was a lot of people going around like that. That explains a lot of that shit. Okay, but my boy was funny as fuck though. I'm gonna tell y'all what we was talking about last night. Okay, he want me to tell y'all this. If y'all think I'm lying, or if y'all think I'm not telling the truth, or if y'all think I'm just talking shit, tap in and ask this man yourself. Okay, tap in and ask this man yourself. Ask him to send y'all confirmations. Ask him to, and I guarantee you he will. Okay, because I'm the most sober I ever been in life. This is no cap. You feel me? And I'm just a messenger. I'm just a vessel. I'm just a friend. You know what I mean? Delivering a message for a friend. You feel me? Okay? And then, like, you also want to tap in because it's a beautiful relationship. Like, man, Jesus cool as fuck, man. Jesus cool as hell. Christ is cool as fuck. Like, why do y'all think black people are so fucking cool? Why do y'all think we so funny? Like, come on now. Why do y'all think we so, like, the trendsetters? Come on, get into it, okay? He wanted me to let y'all know that he definitely used to curse. But he was saying, like, back then, he was basically saying that back then, it wasn't called curse words. They were just like, it was what we would call now extravagant language, okay? And what is meant by extravagant language, it was just like extra slang. It was just extra slang to them, and like nobody looked. It was like either you used certain words or you didn't. You feel me? And a lot of people didn't even know how to pronounce. He didn't even tell me this last night. A lot of people didn't know how to pronounce. A lot of people didn't even know how to pronounce certain what you would call now curse words, so they couldn't say them. So like the extravagant language was actually like cool, you know. And it wasn't. And the reason why nobody looked at extravagant language as curse words is because the intent behind using the words was never to curse another. You feel me? So even if you see somebody who curse up a storm and they get blessing at the blessing, and you see somebody who don't curse at all and I ain't gonna say they don't get no blessings, but they, you know, if you comparing them to this person, you be like, damn, like you more holy than thou, but this person be out here wilding. But you got to look at this person's heart. You got to look at the intention behind the person, this flawed person's heart. Okay, and everything ain't for everybody. So I'm not saying, he's not telling me to tell y'all to go out and start fucking cursing if you're not comfortable with the shit, and you don't know how to use your curse words with the right type of intention. And if that's not what you want to do, because we all don't want the same things. And that was another thing from back then, that was understood all the way up until the glory of God had to be had to be put back in place. Okay, but you know, yeah, it's time. Fuck is you talking about? So yeah, we're gonna get back into these notes though, cause I ain't finna miss nothing. Oh, and it's funny because another thing about curse words and words, it's not about the words you choose, but the power, the intent, and the feeling and the emotion behind the words. He said, compare that. He was like, think about when you do your them good ass affirmations every day and nothing changes. He's funny. And nothing changes because you wasn't feeling it when you was doing the affirmations, because you wasn't really into it when you was doing the affirmations, because you wasn't really putting intent behind them words. Come on, it's the same thing. Words are words at the end of the day. Okay, no shade, no tea. Okay. And it's funny because like in that moment, I'm so glad I was taking notes. Oh, I'm so glad I was taking notes. Thank you, God. In that moment, he was telling me like he just started like cursing up a storm, like with today's curse words. Like he was just saying but he was also funny. He was just being funny though, like, cause he just fucking he funny like that. You feel me? Come on now, how do y'all think a healer could be without joy? Do y'all think like laughing heals? Have y'all not heard stories about people who literally was on their deathbed and they family brought them in hella funny movies, and they was brought back to health through happiness, through laughter, through joy? Come on, like, ooh. Okay, I already got that. But he definitely wanted to let y'all know everything ain't for everybody. What may work for one person may not make the other person car go. You feel me? And vice versa. So respect another at the end of the day, because it's all about respect. It's all about knowing what's for you and what's not for you. He was stepping into a time when all this shit happened. God knew that motherfuckers was finna start trying to control shit, because it was just a few people. I gotta chill. But nah though, because this is new. Some of these downloads is just coming to me just now. But it was a few people back then who wanted more control of the community. They didn't like how everybody got along, even though they was different, and how everybody respected each other's differences, because there was no control and power for one person. Things wasn't out of control, but no one person had control over all the people. You feel what I'm saying? Even though there was maybe like I'll just say they say the word overseer, don't say king or queen. Even if there was like a big homie, you feel me, or whatever, the big homie wasn't there put in place to control. You feel me? But other motherfuckers got in their head, and this is that, and that's how the bullshit start. Okay, that's how they stir the pot. Okay, that's my favorite part. Okay, but cause like y'all, the way he had me laughing last night, it's no wonder why everybody loved this man. It's no wonder why certain people hated this man. Okay, like really that nigga though. Like okay, this is how he wanted me to describe him, who he was. You know what I'm saying, back then, like in a way now that y'all can understand. Okay, he was so much of a sweet, gentle, laughing, loving, hee ha ha person. You know what I'm saying? He was such a loving, light, laughter type of person. That's why they tried to play my dog pussy. You feel me? Because they felt like he wasn't gonna fight back. Like damn, he got all this control and he ain't even ruling with an iron fist. He on some hoe shit. He trying to make everybody laugh. He trying to heal people. He telling hoes that they can change their life around. You feel me? He telling robbers that they can be kings one day. Like, nah, fuck that. He on some bullshit. He on some soft shit. Like, you feel me? That's what they was on. So, but this why, yeah, that's definitely why they try to play my dog pussy and beat him like that and do all that extra shit. Because think of a bully now. Bullies pick on people who don't fight back. All they ass was some fucking bullies. It was just a few bullies, and you know the rest of the people, a lot of people didn't have as strong of a mind, so they didn't know how to stand up. He was the leader. That's like they say, like how they did with Larry Hoover. When you cut the head off the snake, the rest of everything will fall. But they didn't really understand God's plan though. They wasn't in on the plan. Yeah, that way. But this is the way that he described himself. I'm gonna read this shit word for word. Imagine a fine ass male celebrity. Okay, this is how. Okay, we're only using the word celebrity very lightly, only for modern day for y'all to understand, because he wasn't no fucking entertainer. Okay, but I'm just saying, like, somebody just your favorite person, your favorite famous person, your favorite actress, your favorite, you know what I mean? We talking about physically and like, you know, little things like that. So imagine a fine ass male with one woman that barely anybody knew of. You know, nobody really knew, and we can get into that another day. Okay, nobody even really knew about him and Mary's relationship. Okay, but we gonna get into that another day, because she wasn't physically with him when he went out to see the people, majority of the time, 99% of the time. Imagine this man being a healer, charming, black, strong, sexy, funny, and righteous, seemingly a virgin, you feel me, with 0 stains on his record, not even a speeding ticket, and he respect women, and the kids love him, and he was feeding the city. Like, come on now. What that sound like? And then motherfuckers start hating and all that shit, and this and that, and just in the comments, look at that. Let me know what that sound like though, for real. But little did they know, like I said, it was all in God's plan. You know, he could have sent one hit and ended all they shit. He could have ended they whole shit. You feel me? What? Come on. He allowed that shit to happen. Sometimes you gotta play dumb. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not always about showing your hand and letting motherfuckers know and telling motherfuckers, like, sometimes you gotta play stupid. Sometimes you gotta lose to win the game. Okay? And I ain't saying be stupid. I'm saying play stupid. Sometimes you gotta lose to win the game. You feel me? You know what I mean? Okay? Thank God he was on passion and purpose. Thank God he was not living his ego. Thank God he wasn't really fucked up or worried about what, you know what I'm saying, how other people was gonna look at him, or if people was gonna call him scary or weak, and he wasn't worried about that. He was on passion, and he was on purpose and in his passion. You feel me? Passion of the Christ. Come on, get into it. Huh? You know, because he lived a life of joy and healing. He knew nothing but good would be the outcome. He didn't know how it would be done. You feel me? That shit was very unexpected. That's another thing too. Don't think that the Most High is going to reveal every part of your of the plan to you. You just gotta have faith. He just had unwavering faith. He didn't know that he was gonna get beat like that. He didn't know he was gonna get nailed to the fucking cross. But he sure didn't complain because he had faith. He knew the mission, he knew the promise, and he knew the purpose. You feel me? You know, he had faith in the promise. The connection was too strong. You feel me? The bond between him and all that is, him and God, was too strong at that point for him to waver in his faith. You feel me? The bond was real, so he knew no matter how bad it got, it was all for the greatest good. The people needed to see God's glory in a miraculous way. Yes, to God be the glory forever and ever. Thank you, God. Thank y'all for letting me deliver this message. I love being a vessel for my dog, for real, because I feel like at the end of the day, we need to break down these barriers, because a lot of people even block making their bond stronger with God through Christ. You know what I'm saying? And with Christ, because they be like, oh, well, but I be doing this and I be doing that and I be doing this and I be doing that. Like, or, man, Jesus and the body back then, Jesus was that nigga, period. He was that guy. He was that man. He was that boy. You feel me? He was the kid. He was that one. He was the one. He was the one, period. He was the one. And the fact that we don't see ourselves, we don't see him when we look at ourselves. We don't see the good in ourselves just because we may not be perfect. We may still curse. We may still go to the club. We may still whatever the fuck, because at the end of the day, we're going through an evolution, ever evolving anyway. So some shit, just like how I was talking about in the beginning, how I'm not into the club scene no more. You might catch me at some shit, but I'm really not into that shit. Certain shit I'm just not into no more. And it's not because it's bad. It's just because I'm outgrowing certain shit. I'm human. I'm ready for new shit. You feel me? I got my passport. I'm ready to travel the world. You feel me? Fuck all that. You know? And people can say, like, well, you could have been doing both, but that ain't how my life went. This is how my life going. So it is what it is. Your journey ain't mine. My journey ain't yours. Okay? But it's so much more to get into and to wrap your head around with this shit. For real. But y'all need to understand that a lot of these programming is set, a lot of it is designed for you to give away your power to things outside of you, when all of the power is inside of you. Jesus showed us that, and now through me, he's showing y'all that he was real, that he was cool as fuck, that he is cool as fuck, that he not fucked up about nothing. Don't fucking be embarrassed to come to him. Don't be embarrassed to go to God either. Don't be embarrassed, but you know, it's stepping stones. You feel me? It's stepping stones. A lot of us, we want to go through Christ to get to God first, to strengthen their relationship, because we can wrap our head around that. Okay, the Christian experience is faith-based, and you can wrap and like, that's why I said I would never negate it, because when I was in my lowest, it was the Christian experience that brought me back on my feet. That faith. You know, everybody, sometimes we can't wrap our head. We can't even wrap our head as humans. We can't even wrap our head around how good God is, who God is, what God is. I'm talking about the Almighty Most High. We can't even wrap our head around that. So it's cool to take your steps to wrapping your head around this shit. Because I ain't gonna even hold y'all. Like, I'm damn near fully just wrapping my head around who God is and what God is. And, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful to just be solid in this connection, because, you know, as humans, we feel like we so far away from spirit, but yeah, that shit over with. I'm here to integrate. Yeah, that's my job, to integrate spiritual with physical. So yeah, a lot of beings, y'all gonna hear from a lot of beings through me. Whoever got some good news and some truth to spill for the benefit of my people, for us to stand 10 toes in our birthright. Yeah, I'm telling it. Yeah, and y'all know the only way to stop me, it's the only one way to stop me, and even if they stop me, they couldn't stop me. Okay, so I'm about to go make my way to the art museum. Okay, I'm about to go enjoy myself today. But I do love y'all. I fuck with y'all heavy, okay? Hope this message reaches you in good peace, love, health, and wealth. And I'll talk to y'all later. We out.